everyone, it's me, Ava. If you've ever poured your heart into something deeply personal, a collection of family recipes, handwritten notes from your grandmother, secret ingredients, stories behind every dish, only to have your own sister steal it all, publish it as her own cookbook, become a celebrity chef, and leave you with nothing but accusations that you were too lazy to do anything with it, then this story is going to hit you right in the soul and then make you stand up and cheer. This is my revenge recall, how my older sister Marina took my private recipe book after our grandmother died, published it as her own, sold millions of copies, built a TV career and restaurant chain around her recipes, while I was left grieving and broke. How I disappeared with my little son, rebuilt from zero, turned my pain into a rival food empire, and came back to expose her fraud live on her biggest cooking show, with every original page, every timestamp, every stolen story projected for the world to see. I was 32 when she stole my memories. Let's go back to the day my heart broke twice. My grandmother was the heart of our family. She kept a worn leather book, 80 years of recipes, notes in the margins, little drawings, stories about where each dish came from. When she died, she left it to me. Ava, you're the one who listens. Keep the recipes alive. I promised her I would. I never planned to publish. It was sacred, private.
Meaning?
My sister Marina was the opposite, loud, ambitious, always chasing the spotlight. After the funeral, she asked to look through the book. I trusted her. She kept it for weeks, then months. Then she stopped answering my calls. One day, I saw it on TV, Marina's new cookbook, Grandma's Kitchen Secrets, bestseller, sold out in days. My recipes, my notes, my stories, her name on the cover, her face on every talk show. I created this from my heart, she said. This is my legacy. I confronted her at her book signing, hundreds of people, cameras everywhere. Marina, that's my book. Grandma gave it to me. She smiled for the cameras, then pulled me aside. Ava, you were never going to do anything with it. You're too quiet, too sentimental. I made it into something. I made Grandma proud. You should thank me. I felt sick. You stole my memories. You erased me. She shrugged. It's just recipes. Grow up. The family backed her. Marina's the star. You're too sensitive, Ava. Let her shine. My own mother said, maybe it's better this way. You can start your own thing. I broke. I packed one bag for me, one for my son Nico. Drove through the night to a small town 3 hours away. Changed our names. Disappeared. The first 3 years after Marina stole the recipe book were the darkest, most isolating time of my life. Nico was only 5, a quiet boy with my grandmother's eyes, asking every night why Aunt Marina took Grandma's book and why we couldn't go back to the old kitchen where we used to bake together. I moved us to a small, forgotten town 3 hours away, far enough to disappear, close enough that the scent of pine and earth still felt familiar. I rented the cheapest one-bedroom apartment I could find, a drafty place above a laundromat with peeling wallpaper, a single window that looked out on a parking lot, and a mattress on the floor because I couldn't afford a bed frame. I worked 3 jobs at first. Mornings, cashier at a small grocery store, scanning cans and smiling at customers who never knew my name. Afternoons, cleaning houses, scrubbing floors on my knees while Nico stayed with a kind retired neighbor who charged almost nothing and let him color. Evenings, waitressing at a diner, carrying trays of coffee and pie until my arms shook. I came home at midnight, smelling like grease and bleach, collapsed on the floor beside Nico's bed, so he wouldn't wake up alone. We ate instant noodles, canned soup, whatever was on sale. I skipped meals, so he could have seconds. I cried in the shower, so he wouldn't hear. Depression wrapped around me like fog, thick, suffocating, unbreakable. Some days I couldn't get out of bed. I stared at the ceiling, wondering if this was all my life would ever be. But Nico kept me breathing. He started a little kitchen on the windowsill, growing basil in old yogurt cups, tomatoes in coffee cans. Mom, we can make Grandma's sauce again, he'd say. eyes bright with hope. It broke my heart and mended it at the same time. He reminded me of the recipes. He reminded me of the promise I made to Grandma. I started fighting in secret. I contacted a lawyer who specialized in copyright and intellectual property theft, a quiet woman named Laura who took my case on contingency because she believed in the story. We gathered evidence. Photos of the original book. I'd taken hundreds before Marina took it. Timestamps on my old phone notes. Witness statements from neighbors who remembered me cooking Grandma's dishes for years. I had proof the recipes were mine, family stories, handwritten notes, dates. Marina's book had them word for word, even the little doodles in the margins. The legal battle began. We filed for copyright infringement. Marina's publisher fought back hard. She created it from memory. It's public domain family recipes. I had timestamps. I had witnesses. It took 2 years of depositions, motions, discovery, and sleepless nights. I lost weight, lost hair, lost hope some days. But the evidence mounted. The judge ruled in my favor: copyright infringement, damages, injunction on further sales. Marina had to pay royalties retroactively. She appealed. Lost. The money started coming, slowly, painfully. I didn't spend a cent on luxury. I invested every dollar wisely: seeds, soil, a small community garden plot. I started selling my own preserves at the local farmer's market, using Grandma's recipes but with my twist: organic, sustainable, labeled reclaimed roots. Year 3. The blog Reclaimed Roots exploded. People loved the stories behind the food, healing through cooking, reclaiming family heritage after loss. Revenue trickled in: $50,000, then $200,000, then $1 million. I rented 5 acres outside town. Not a farm yet, but a start. Hired my first employee, a single mom who'd lost her family recipes too. We grew together. I never stopped watching Marina. Her cookbook empire grew. TV show, restaurant chain, merchandise. She was on every cooking channel, smiling, saying, "These are my family recipes." But I knew the truth. The money was running out. Lawsuits were piling up. Debt collectors were circling. I gathered more evidence. Original pages. Timestamps. Witness statements. I had it all. By year 4, Reclaimed Roots was valued at $15 million. I had the capital. I had the proof. I had the plan. Marina announced her biggest event yet, a live cooking show special, Grandma's Kitchen 10th Anniversary, broadcast nationwide. Tickets sold out. She was going to cook her signature dishes. I bought the studio, anonymously, through a shell company. The day of the show, I walked in with my lawyer and a folder. The stage was set. Marina in her chef whites, smiling for the cameras, about to start. Welcome to my kitchen, where family recipes come alive. I stepped onto the stage uninvited. The crowd murmured. Marina turned. Her smile froze. "Ava." I smiled back. Actually, it's the real owner of those recipes. And today, I'm here to set the record straight. I connected my laptop to the screen, projected the evidence, original book pages, timestamps, witness statements, court rulings, everything. The studio went dead silent. Then gasps. Phones up. Live chat exploding. I spoke calmly. 10 years ago, my sister stole my grandmother's recipe book, the one Grandma left to me. She published it as her own. She built an empire on my memories. But she couldn't erase the truth. I turned to the audience. I rebuilt. I launched Reclaimed Roots, the real recipes, the real stories. And today, I own this studio through legal acquisition. Marina's show is canceled. Permanently. The crowd erupted.
Cheers. Tears.
Phones recording.
Marina stood frozen.
Security moved in, but this time, they were my security. The comeback wasn't a dish. It was truth, undeniable, public, absolute. And it tasted like the sweetest justice I'd ever served. The family reunion night was a carefully staged performance, strings of fairy lights draped across the vineyard. Long tables set with wine and cheese, soft music playing, everyone dressed in their best. Marina stood at the center, radiant in a white chef's coat, toasting family forever to a crowd of 150 relatives, friends, and distant cousins, some watching live on the stream she'd set up for those who couldn't make it. Nico stayed close to me, nervous but proud, wearing the new shirt I'd bought him. I wore a simple navy dress, modest, elegant, nothing flashy. Cameras rolled casually for memories. Dinner passed. Speeches. Laughter. Marina raised her glass again. To new beginnings, to love that lasts, to the family that always supports each other. My turn. I asked for the mic. The room quieted, curious, polite. I have a toast too, I said, voice steady. I stepped forward. Nico handed me the folder. 10 years ago, after Grandma passed, Marina promised we'd keep her recipes alive together. It was our legacy, our memories. But she took my private book, the one Grandma left to me, forged documents to claim it, published it as her own, sold millions of copies, built a TV career and restaurant chain on my stolen stories, and told everyone I was too lazy to do anything with it. I opened the folder, projected the evidence on the big screen behind her, original book pages, my timestamps, photos of the handwritten notes, witness statements from neighbors who remembered me cooking Grandma's dishes for years, court rulings on copyright infringement, everything. Gasps rippled through the crowd. Phones came out. The live chat exploded. This is insane. She stole it. Poor Ava. I trusted her. She was my sister. But she used our grandmother's memory for her fame, while I lost my home, my memories, my future. I left with Nico. I rebuilt. And today, I'm here to reclaim what's mine. I turned to Marina. The book was mine. The recipes were mine. I've sued and won. The copyright is restored. All future sales must credit me. And you owe me royalties plus damages. The room erupted.
Shouts. Tears.
Relatives turning to Marina. The stream chat went wild. This is insane. She forged it. Poor Ava. Marina's face collapsed. She tried to speak, voice cracking. Ava, you're exaggerating. It was for the family. No, I cut in. It was for you. And now the truth is public. The court papers are filed. The book is coming back to me. And you'll pay for what you stole. Security moved in, not for me, but for her. The family stared in shock. My cousins, aunts, uncles, all of them realizing the lies they'd believed. The comeback wasn't a dish. It was truth, undeniable, public, absolute. And it felt like finally coming home. The months after the live show exposure felt like the final course in a meal I'd been cooking for years. Rich, satisfying, perfectly seasoned with justice. The clip of my appearance on Marina's Grandma's Kitchen 10th anniversary special went supernova. Billions of views combined, dissected on every food podcast, morning shows calling it the cookbook heist that backfired, viral TikToks of Marina's face freezing mid-smile. Hashtag Ava Claims trended worldwide for weeks. My brand, reclaimed roots, valuations soared past $100 million in months. Messages came in by the millions. Home cooks who'd had recipes stolen finally speaking up, women who'd left controlling families after seeing one cook reclaim her kitchen, young food bloggers saying, "You made me protect my notebook from day one." Some stories absolutely nourished me. A woman sent photos of her first sold-out cookbook using her mother's real recipes. "Because of you, I stopped letting my sister claim credit." Another shared her daughter cooking grandma's sauce for holidays. Generational food, but honest this time. I read them during quiet prep times, knife in hand, tears falling into the sauce as I realized how many tables I'd helped set. Marina's empire crumbled faster than overcooked pasta. Sponsors fled. Her TV show got canceled. Her restaurant chain faced boycotts. Her personal brand, once untouchable, became a cautionary tale in culinary schools. The Marina downfall. She tried a comeback video, tearful apologies that got ratioed into oblivion. Marina showed up at my flagship farm store 6 months later, no reservation, looking hollow in a plain shirt. "Ava, you took everything. Grandma's book. My career. Nico hears kids calling me a thief. Was this worth destroying my life? Nico was in the kitchen helping plate desserts, apron on, proud smile. For a second, the old guilt bubbled, the one they'd seasoned into me with every family first lecture. Then I remembered every stolen recipe, every laugh at my lazy hands, every night I cooked alone while she claimed glory. No, Marina, I said, voice steady as a perfect reduction. You destroyed everything the first time you took Grandma's book without asking. The second time when you built a career on my memories instead of protecting ours. I didn't destroy your life. I bought back the original and let the copy close. She had nothing left. I had the chef escort her out. Years have passed now. Reclaimed Roots is a $150 million empire, farm-to-table restaurants, cookbooks in every language, TV show teaching Real family cooking. Nico's a young adult, heading our youth culinary program, proud of a mom who turned theft into tradition. We cook fully, big family-style tables, recipes passed honestly, flavors no one steals. My grandmother passed peacefully, knowing the truth. Marina lives alone, low profile. She sees Nico occasionally, neutral cafes, polite. People still ask in interviews or comments, do you regret the exposure? Was it revenge? I always give the full recipe. It wasn't revenge. It was reclamation. Reclamation of my recipes, my story, my kitchen from people who thought family meant free ingredients. The moment I stopped letting them profit from my fire, I gave every cook, every creator, every woman with stolen flavor permission to take back the stove, fully, boldly, deliciously. If you're watching this and your recipes, your passion, your table are being claimed by someone calling it legacy, hear me. You can leave quietly. You can start small, one dish, one post, one boundary. You can rebuild until your menu is undeniable, your name is on the sign. And when you do, you'll realize the only bitter thing was ever letting them taste your success without giving you credit. That's my recall. Not family stolen, just cooked, owned, and finally mine. Thank you for listening. If this hit home, share your favorite reclaimed recipe below. Someone needs to taste they can cook it back too. See you in the next one.